is an unrehearsed program. The views expressed are those of the guests and not necessarily those of the producer. Today's topic:
Tarnished image of the hunger strike in Passion for Truth award-winning program.
Welcome to another edition of Passion for Truth. The hunger strike's idealistic image is being tarnished. Starving as a self-sacrifice technique among leaders is not popular anymore. Why is hunger strike losing its power to command attention? We'll ask our panelists, starting with Chuck Woolery, formerly with the World Federalist Association. The objective of the World Federalist Association is to strengthen UN. Dr. Katrine Michael, Iraqi writer, Dr. Sardar Ganga Singh Dhillon, a researcher on critical issues affecting India and Pakistan, and WALDA director, Jubilee Campaign and Honor Just Law International PC. Joining us by telephone is Colonel G.B. Singh from Canada. He has written many books on studying Mahatma Gandhi's life and ideology and philosophy. And we also invited a representative from the Indian Embassy but didn't hear from it. So we're going to go now, and starting with you, and Iraqis viewed Saddam Hussein's 19-day hunger strike as an insult. It didn't work. Is it because he had no political value for the Iraqis, or what?
Well, I think that was a large part of it. They view his hunger strike as completely self-interested. There's no agenda behind it, no purpose for it, other than to please Saddam Hussein himself and to try to gain sympathies. But sympathies were lost after decades of dictatorship. So there's no sympathy for him in Iraq.
Does the hunger strike work only, Sardar Dhillon, if you have a lot of political strength, or what?
It needs two things. A, it needs the moral strength of the person. It needs the moral strength about the cause somebody is doing. And it needs the moral strength of a person who is going on a hunger strike. And that should not be a political stunt simply to get mileage and to get the to get on the front pages of the newspaper. It will not work.
I'd like to give an example and follow up to that about somebody who's just had a hunger strike in South Korea. Dr. Wollertson, a German doctor, has stood for many years now in his efforts to highlight and feature the North Korean government's regime's policies as creating hunger and starvation and the death of its own citizens in North Korea. Dr. Wollertson just spent 3 weeks in a hunger strike. It was a real one, not one of these liquid diets that some people go on. He was in fact hospitalized after 2 weeks of the hunger strike. But the purpose was a moral purpose. It was for the help of children, particularly North Korean children who've been starved. It was focused on the policies of a dictatorial government that starves its own population. And that hunger strike actually did galvanize attention within the South Korean population to have a focus and a spotlight on the policies.
You have to have, Katrina, the commitment to the cause, a moral purpose to the cause, in order to succeed in the hunger hunger strike.
First, I want to tell about his hunger strike. This was advice from his attorneys that make people more attention to him and bring sympathy to him. And they were these attorneys try to know how his personality is affected on all the world and inside Iraq with his loyal people. But unfortunately, his strike was nothing mean, not to his people own, not to his loyal, not to international law community, not to Iraqi people themselves. The reason why? Because all these years, decades, Iraqi people themselves, they did not know all what happened in Iraq about mass graves, about chemical weapons. Now people, they discover all this. So even his own people, member of party, they did not know all this information. So now they don't want even to hear about his name. And the last time in his trial, he mentioned that, very proud of himself, that Saddam Hussein have 18 days hunger strike and he can go more. So
hunger strike, Chuck, has to resonate with the rulers or with the people who are in a capacity to provide you relief, or more with the public for whom the sacrifice is being made?
Yeah, you have to have a moral authority to do something like that. You know, that Saddam got the recommendation from his lawyers, I think, is amusing. They were, you know, since we can't torture him, we'll let him torture himself, let him starve himself. Yeah, it's really, yeah, I think it's absurd that they were even concerned about this guy starving himself when every day you have 30,000 children dying of malnutrition and starvation. You let this mass murdering dictator worry about his hunger. I say forget it.
Colonel Singh?
Yes, ma'am.
India once maintained a similar tradition called dharna to collect unpaid debts, and why is that tradition not working anymore? They could use hunger strike.
Well, it's a good question, but it never really worked. We were born, well, let's give you an example of Gandhi, because Gandhi's ideas of satyagraha originate, even though it has a roots buried in the racial hatred of black people. But there is a portion of the root that is also buried in the issue of dharna, or the idea of a Hinduism, that is, you come out and fast in front of the individual's house and fast yourself, and you make an issue that you're going to die to death, or you get fast to death until and unless your demands are met. There's not a whole lot of example even within Hinduism or in the Hindu history. You see that there's really not a lot. Gandhi is really a prime example where he brought to the forefront on a political level and on a national level, or even on an international level.
But he survived, Colonel, he survived 17 hunger strike.
Well, actually, my list is about 30.
Okay. Did he succeed? Why? Oh, because his tactic worked with the British, or?
No, really, it never worked. I'll give you an example. Of the 30 strikes he had, fast and as hunger strikes put together, the first one started in 1913 in South Africa. Keep in mind, this is not 20 years already he's been experimenting with Hinduism in South Africa. So this is where it starts, and of course it continues in India. But the big-time success, if you really want to use the word, the big success he ever had was in 1932, when the British government decided to give separate electorates to the untouchables. And of course Gandhi decided to oppose it. And he opposed fast to death. And of course Dr. Ambedkar gave in to that. And I think if really one is looking for a political success, that's the only example that we have of, and Dr. Ambedkar never forgave himself for giving in to the threats of Gandhi. Other than that, it really never worked. I'll give you one example of Prime Minister Winston Churchill. Prime Minister had a unique sense of understanding of Hinduism and Hindu politics, and he also had a unique understanding of Gandhi. And he always felt that there's somebody within the Gandhi circle who's going in and feeding Gandhi the orange juice. So he felt there's a stunt going on, and of course he had in mind was a doctor named Sushila Nair, who happened to be Gandhi's personal physician. This incidentally
You think he was being?
sleep with Gandhi.
You think?
So Winston Churchill had a unique insight that this is a political stunt, and I feel the same way.
Okay, okay, Colonel Singh, do you think that they were force feeding him during this time?
No,